Awaken your inner warrior. Overcome mental barriers with ancient wisdom. Introduction. The call to battle. Picture a lone warrior standing on the edge of a battlefield at dawn. The horizon glows faintly, promising both uncertainty and potential. In one hand, the warrior grips a sword, its blade reflecting the soft light of the rising sun. In the other, a shield rests, battered from previous battles but resilient and reliable. The air is still, the silence heavy with the weight of choices yet to be made. This is the moment before action, where courage is summoned, fear confronted, and resolve forged. It is not just a scene from an ancient epic but a mirror for the battles we all face within. Life, like this battlefield, often challenges us to step into roles we might feel unprepared for. Our enemies are not armies but the mental barriers that block us from clarity, confidence, and growth. Fear, doubt, distraction. These are the adversaries that lurk within, whispering reasons to stay small, to avoid risk, to give in to the comfort of inertia. Yet, within each of us lies an inner warrior, a source of strength and resilience ready to face these internal challenges with grace and determination. This book is an invitation to awaken that inner warrior. Drawing on ancient wisdom and timeless strategies, it offers tools to overcome the mental barriers that hinder progress and potential. Together, we will explore the symbolic weapons and armor every warrior needs. The shield of balance to deflect negativity, the sword of truth to cut through illusions, and the armor of resilience to withstand adversity. We will navigate the shadowy caves of fear, confront the deceptive whispers of self-doubt, and discover the power of staying present amidst chaos. The path of the warrior is not one of external conquest but internal mastery. It is about reclaiming your power, embracing transformation, and living with purpose. Each chapter will guide you deeper into the principles and practices that awaken courage, build resilience, and align you with your highest potential. Are you ready to step onto your battlefield? The dawn awaits, and your inner warrior is calling. Together, let us answer the call and embark on the journey to overcome mental barriers and live with strength, clarity, and purpose. Before we start, if you're here to grow and tap into something deeper, like and subscribe. Your support helps us awaken other minds and continue sharing these insights with those seeking transformation. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Chapter 1. The Warrior's Armor, Strengthening the Mind. Imagine a gleaming suit of armor forged in fire, each piece carefully hammered into shape. This armor is not just a protective shell but a symbol of readiness and resilience. As the warrior steps onto the battlefield, this armor does not guarantee victory, but it ensures survival, shielding against the relentless onslaught of arrows and blows. For the modern warrior, this armor is not physical, it is mental. It is the strength of the mind, crafted through awareness and discipline, that becomes the first line of defense against the negativity and chaos that life often hurls our way. The mind is like a fortress, and the thoughts we allow inside determine whether it remains strong or crumbles under pressure. Without mental armor, we are vulnerable to self-doubt, fear, and external distractions that chip away at our confidence. Yet, with the right tools and practices, we can forge a mindset that is both resilient and adaptable, capable of deflecting negativity and maintaining clarity even in the face of adversity. In this chapter, we will explore the process of crafting your mental armor. We'll delve into the power of self-awareness as the foundation for strength, the importance of mindfulness to maintain focus, and practical exercises to build resilience. Just as a warrior polishes and strengthens their armor before every battle, you too can refine your mental defenses, ensuring you're prepared to face life's challenges with confidence and clarity. What weakens your mental armor? Is it the sharp sting of criticism, the weight of doubt, or the subtle erosion of negative thoughts? Whatever the source, This chapter will guide you in identifying these vulnerabilities and forging a defense that allows your inner warrior to stand tall. It's time to step into the forge and create the unbreakable armor of the mind. The journey begins with awareness, focus, and the resolve to strengthen yourself from within. The process of forging mental armor begins with self-awareness, much like a blacksmith begins with raw metal, carefully examining its quality before it is shaped. Self-awareness is the foundation upon which resilience is built, allowing us to understand our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Without this awareness, we are like an unguarded fortress, vulnerable to the constant barrage of external influences and internal doubts. Self-awareness requires turning inward and observing the patterns that govern your mind. What thoughts dominate your day? Are they empowering, or do they erode your confidence? These recurring thoughts often form the cracks in our armor. For example, a fleeting moment of self-doubt can become a constant inner critic if left unchecked. By identifying these patterns, you gain the ability to address them before they become overwhelming. One practical way to cultivate self-awareness is through journaling. Set aside a few moments each day to reflect on your thoughts and emotions. What triggered certain feelings? How did you respond? This practice helps you identify recurring themes that weaken your defenses. Over time, you'll begin to recognize the difference between genuine concerns that need addressing and baseless fears that simply drain your energy. Once self-awareness has been established, mindfulness becomes the forge where your mental armor is shaped. Mindfulness is the practice of anchoring yourself in the present moment, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. It acts as a shield against the pull of anxiety about the future or regret about the past. Imagine standing on a battlefield. The chaos is overwhelming, with noise and movement pulling your attention in every direction. Without focus, you're at the mercy of the turmoil. But with mindfulness, you can center yourself, blocking out distractions and responding with clarity. A simple yet powerful exercise to cultivate mindfulness is deep, conscious breathing. When negative thoughts threaten to overwhelm you, pause. Inhale deeply for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. This rhythmic breathing calms the mind and refocuses your energy. Over time, this practice creates a buffer between you and the external world, giving you the space to respond rather than react. Even the strongest armor has vulnerabilities, and so does the mind. These weak spots often stem from unaddressed fears or beliefs. For instance, a fear of failure might manifest as procrastination, or a belief that you're unworthy could lead to self-sabotage. These cracks, though hidden, leave you susceptible to external negativity and internal despair. To identify these weak points, reflect on the moments when you feel most defeated. What thoughts arise during these times? What external factors seem to trigger them? By recognizing these patterns, you can begin to address them with intention. For instance, if criticism from others undermines your confidence, remind yourself that others' opinions do not define your worth. Replace these vulnerabilities with affirmations that reinforce your strength, such as, "I am capable and resilient." The strongest armor is not forged in a single moment but through consistent effort. Discipline is the hammer that shapes your defenses, turning raw awareness into an unyielding mindset. Discipline means showing up every day, regardless of your mood, to engage in the practices that fortify your mind. Start with small, consistent habits. Dedicate 5 minutes each morning to setting an intention for the day, such as, "Today, I will approach challenges with calm and clarity." End the day by reflecting on your progress. Did you stay aligned with your intention? What could you improve tomorrow? Over time, these habits create a foundation of mental strength that becomes second nature. Visualization is another tool in the warrior's arsenal, allowing you to mentally rehearse success before it happens. Close your eyes and picture yourself wearing a suit of impenetrable armor. Imagine the challenges of the day as arrows that bounce harmlessly off your defenses. Feel the strength of your armor and the confidence it brings. This mental rehearsal not only prepares you for the day but also rewires your brain to approach challenges with resilience. The true test of mental armor is not in the moments of calm but in the midst of adversity. When negativity arises, whether through criticism, setbacks, or self-doubt, your resilience will determine how you respond. Remember that your armor is not about avoiding challenges but about facing them with strength and grace. For example, consider the story of a warrior who was once paralyzed by fear of failure. Each time they stepped into battle, their mind would spiral into worst-case scenarios, leaving them defenseless. But through mindfulness and visualization, they began to see these fears as opportunities for growth. Over time, their armor became stronger, and they faced each battle with renewed courage. As you strengthen your mental armor, you'll notice a shift. Challenges that once overwhelmed you will become manageable, and negativity will lose its power to destabilize you. This transformation is not immediate, but with patience and consistent effort, you will emerge as a warrior ready to face any battlefield with clarity and strength. Your mental armor is a work in progress, forged through awareness, mindfulness, and discipline. Each piece represents your commitment to growth and resilience. The battlefield of life will continue to test you, but with strong mental defenses, you can stand firm, ready to face whatever comes your way. What vulnerabilities will you address today? What habits will you cultivate to strengthen your defenses? As you reflect on these questions, remember that each step forward is a step toward fortifying the warrior within. The forge awaits. Step into it and create the armor that will carry you through every battle. The forge is quiet now, the intense glow replaced by the soft glimmer of your newly forged armor. Each piece bears marks of the trials and efforts that strengthened it, and as you don it, you feel the weight, not as a burden, but as a testament to your resilience. This armor is not simply a defense against external forces, it is a reflection of your inner resolve and awareness. Through self-awareness, you've shaped a foundation that can withstand doubt and negativity. With daily practices and intentional action, you've tempered your armor with resilience and strength. And by addressing the vulnerabilities within, you've ensured that your protection is adaptable and enduring. This armor is your ally, ready to support you as you face the challenges ahead. As you prepare for life's ongoing battles, remember that this armor is not static. It requires care and refinement, just as your mind requires nourishment and balance. There will be moments when it feels heavy, but those are the times to remind yourself of its purpose and the effort that forged it. Chapter 2. The Sword of Truth, Cutting Through Illusions. Picture a foggy forest, where the path forward is hidden by dense mist. You hold a radiant sword, its blade gleaming with clarity. With each deliberate swing, the fog parts, revealing fragments of the path you couldn't see before. The sword is not a weapon in this setting but a tool, a guide through the confusion. This is the Sword of Truth, a powerful symbol of clarity, honesty, and self-discovery. In life, we often walk through a similar fog created by illusions, false beliefs, and assumptions. These mental barriers distort our perception, blurring the boundaries between what is real and what is merely a projection of our fears or desires. Left unchecked, these illusions can shape our actions, trap us in self-defeating patterns, and prevent us from reaching our true potential. To move forward, we must summon the courage to wield the sword of truth and confront what lies hidden in the mist. This chapter is about uncovering the mental fog that clouds our judgment and learning how to use truth as a guiding force. The sword of truth requires precision and bravery, for it often reveals uncomfortable realities. Yet, by cutting through illusions, we gain clarity, reclaim our authenticity, and create a solid foundation upon which to build a purposeful life. As we explore the transformative power of truth, we will uncover ways to identify the illusions that bind us, confront our inner narratives, and realign ourselves with reality. With each swing of the sword, we carve a path of clarity and empowerment, moving ever closer to the warrior within. Are you ready to grasp this sword and see through the mist? The journey toward clarity begins with the courage to confront what we may have long avoided. The sword of truth is more than a metaphor. It is a mindset, a way of engaging with life that seeks clarity and authenticity. To wield this sword effectively, one must embrace honesty, not only with others but, most importantly, with oneself. This act of truth-telling is both an art and a discipline, requiring courage to confront illusions and persistence to align with reality. Illusions are the mental fog that shrouds our understanding of ourselves and the world. They take many forms: limiting beliefs, unchallenged assumptions, or narratives we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort. These illusions can be comforting, shielding us from pain or accountability, but they also trap us, creating cycles of fear, avoidance, and stagnation. Consider a warrior entering battle but wearing a blindfold. The blindfold might initially protect them from seeing a fearsome enemy, but it also renders them vulnerable, unable to anticipate or respond to threats. Similarly, when we avoid confronting truths, we leave ourselves unprepared to face life's challenges. The sword of truth, however, cuts through these self-imposed blindfolds, allowing us to see clearly and act decisively. The first step in wielding the sword of truth is recognizing the illusions that obscure your path. This requires self-awareness and a willingness to question deeply held beliefs. Ask yourself, what stories do I tell myself about who I am? What assumptions do I hold about my relationships, my abilities, or the world around me? Are these beliefs based on evidence, or are they shaped by fear, insecurity, or external expectations? For example, someone may believe they are unworthy of success because of past failures. This illusion might lead them to avoid opportunities, perpetuating a cycle of stagnation. By examining this belief, they can see it for what it is, a story, not an immutable truth. Once the illusion is exposed, it can be reframed. Failure becomes a stepping stone to growth rather than a definitive judgment. The sword of truth is not wielded recklessly. It requires precision, cutting away illusions without harming the core of who we are. This process involves discernment, distinguishing between the truths that empower us and the distortions that hold us back. To develop this precision, cultivate practices that foster clarity. Journaling, for example, allows you to confront your thoughts and beliefs on paper, stripping them of emotional charge and seeing them objectively. Meditation creates space for reflection, helping you observe the patterns of your mind without judgment. In these moments of stillness, truths often emerge with remarkable clarity. Truth-telling is not always easy. Often, the illusions we hold are protective, shielding us from pain, failure, or rejection. Confronting these truths can feel like standing exposed in a storm, vulnerable and uncertain. Yet this vulnerability is also a source of strength, for it signifies a willingness to face life as it is, rather than as we wish it to be. For instance, someone might avoid acknowledging a toxic relationship out of fear of loneliness. While the illusion of harmony offers temporary comfort, it ultimately prevents them from pursuing healthier, more fulfilling connections. By confronting the truth of their situation, they can take steps toward change, reclaiming their agency and creating space for growth. Once illusions are cut away, the path forward becomes clearer. Realignment with reality means acting in accordance with what you now see as true. It is not enough to recognize a toxic relationship or a limiting belief. You must also take steps to address it. This might involve setting boundaries, seeking support, or adopting new habits that reflect your deeper understanding. This process requires courage and commitment. Realignment often feels like stepping into unknown territory, leaving behind familiar patterns, even when those patterns were harmful. Yet it is in this space of uncertainty that transformation occurs. Each step grounded in truth reinforces the foundation of your life, creating a sense of integrity and strength. Wielding the sword of truth is a liberating act. As illusions fall away, you discover a clarity that energizes and empowers you. Decisions become simpler, relationships more authentic, and actions more aligned with your values. The truth, while sometimes challenging, is always a reliable guide. It anchors you in reality, enabling you to navigate life's complexities with confidence and purpose. The journey of truth-telling is ongoing. Each layer of illusion cut away reveals deeper layers to confront. But with each swing of the sword, you become more attuned to your inner warrior, more capable of discerning what is real and meaningful. In wielding the sword of truth, you are not only cutting away illusions but also crafting a life of authenticity and empowerment, a life worthy of the warrior within. As you take up the sword of truth, you embark on a journey of courage and clarity. This sacred weapon is not about wielding force but about illuminating the path forward, stripping away the shadows of illusion that cloud your vision. In the same way that a warrior sharpens their blade, you must hone your ability to discern reality from distortion, refining your inner strength with every step. Each time you confront a false narrative or limiting belief, you grow closer to the core of who you truly are. The sword of truth reveals not only the challenges ahead but also your own resilience and capacity for growth. It empowers you to act with intention, aligning your decisions and relationships with your highest values. Now, reflect on the illusions you have faced and the truths you have uncovered. What once felt insurmountable begins to shift as clarity takes root. With this newfound understanding, you step into the world with greater confidence, prepared to face challenges not with fear but with the calm assurance that truth is your ally. Ask yourself, what truths have I uncovered about myself in this moment? How can I continue to wield the sword of truth to cut away what no longer serves me and embrace the clarity that lies ahead? In this reflection, you honor the warrior within, growing ever stronger and more aligned with your authentic self. The path of truth is a lifetime's journey, but each step brings liberation and purpose. Trust in your ability to wield this power wisely, knowing that with every swing of the sword, you shape a life of authenticity and courage. Chapter 3: The Shield of Balance, Deflecting Negativity. Introduction: A shield against the storm. Picture a warrior in the midst of battle, holding a shield that deflects the onslaught of arrows and blows. The shield is not just a tool of defense but a symbol of balance, strength, and resilience. It allows the warrior to stand firm, not by attacking but by absorbing and redirecting the force aimed against them. This is the power of balance, a dynamic state of stability that shields us from the chaos of negativity, both external and internal. In life, negativity often strikes like a storm, unexpected and relentless. It comes in many forms: criticism from others, self-doubt, fear, or even the lingering heaviness of a bad day. Without a shield of balance, these forces can overwhelm us, draining our energy and disrupting our peace. But when we cultivate emotional equilibrium and inner strength, we can deflect negativity without letting it pierce our core. Balance is not the absence of conflict but the ability to navigate it with grace and composure. It is the state of holding steady even when the world around you tilts. Like the shield that absorbs the impact without shattering, balance is what allows us to weather life's challenges without losing ourselves. It is both a skill and a mindset, one that can be cultivated through awareness and intentional practice. What negativity in your life feels like arrows aimed at your heart? How might you create a shield to protect your inner peace while remaining open to growth? Let us step into this chapter as warriors ready to embrace the shield of balance, learning to deflect negativity while staying centered in our purpose and strength. The shield of balance is forged through a harmonious integration of the mind, emotions, and spirit. Like a warrior who knows that a solid shield is vital for survival, we must recognize that balance is not a luxury, it is a necessity in navigating life's battles. This chapter explores how to construct and wield your shield of balance, creating a fortress of resilience against negativity. Negativity, much like an unpredictable storm, can manifest in external or internal forms. External negativity comes from criticism, toxic environments, or challenging circumstances. Internal negativity arises from self-criticism, fear, or unresolved emotions. Left unchecked, these forces erode our sense of stability and peace. Imagine negativity as a volley of arrows raining down. Without a shield, each arrow strikes deeper, leaving wounds that accumulate over time. With a shield, however, those arrows lose their power, bouncing off without penetrating your inner strength. To build such a shield, we must first understand the forces we are shielding against. Reflect on moments when negativity has disrupted your peace. Were these moments influenced by others, your own thoughts, or a combination of both? Awareness of the source is the first step in constructing a defense. At the heart of the shield of balance is emotional resilience. This is the ability to withstand challenges without breaking, to bounce back from adversity with renewed strength. Emotional resilience is not an innate trait. It is a skill that can be cultivated through mindfulness, self-compassion, and perspective. Consider the analogy of the shield's material. A shield made of brittle wood might crack under pressure, while one forged from tempered steel absorbs the impact and holds strong. Similarly, a resilient mind withstands the force of negativity, redirecting it without succumbing. One practice to fortify emotional resilience is reframing negativity. When faced with criticism, for instance, pause and examine its intent. Is there a kernel of truth that can be used constructively? Or is it a reflection of the critic's own struggles? By reframing, you transform an attack into an opportunity for growth or understanding. Balance is not a static state but a dynamic process of recalibration. Life, like the battlefield, is ever-changing, requiring constant adjustments to stay centered. The shield of balance reflects this dynamic nature. It is not rigid but adaptive, moving fluidly to meet the challenges of the moment. One practical way to cultivate balance is through breathwork. In moments of stress or negativity, your breath is an anchor that pulls you back to the present. A simple exercise is the 4-count breath. Inhale deeply for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and pause for 4 counts before repeating. This rhythmic breathing restores calm and focus, grounding you in the now. The art of balance lies in deflecting negativity without absorbing it. Imagine a shield that not only blocks arrows but also redirects their force, neutralizing their impact. Similarly, we can choose to deflect negativity by not internalizing it. This requires discernment, learning to separate what deserves your attention from what does not. When faced with negativity, ask yourself, does this serve my growth or align with my values? If the answer is no, let it pass like wind through open hands. Holding on to negativity only weighs you down. Releasing it lightens your step. Rituals are powerful tools for reinforcing balance. A daily grounding practice, for example, can act as a ritual for maintaining emotional stability. This might include a morning meditation, journaling about your intentions, or even a simple walk in nature to center your thoughts. The warrior prepares for battle not only with physical tools but also with a clear mind and a calm spirit. Rituals serve as your training ground, fortifying your inner strength so that when challenges arise, your shield is ready. A seasoned warrior views challenges not as enemies but as teachers. Each arrow deflected by the shield of balance offers an opportunity to strengthen your defense and sharpen your focus. In this way, negativity becomes less of a threat and more of a stepping stone, guiding you toward greater self-mastery. Reflect on the lessons that recent challenges have brought into your life. What have they taught you about your own strength, boundaries, or values? By adopting the warrior's perspective, you transform adversity into wisdom, turning each battle into a victory of growth. The shield of balance is not a barrier that isolates you from the world but a tool that empowers you to engage with it fully. It allows you to stand in the storm without being swept away, to face life's challenges without losing sight of your inner peace. With this shield, you embody the strength of the warrior, calm, composed, and resilient. The shield of balance is not merely a tool, it is a reflection of your inner strength, a testament to your resilience, and a symbol of your unwavering connection to your center. Like the warrior who deflects arrows without faltering, you possess the ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. Each time you use your shield to redirect negativity, you affirm your mastery over your inner world. Balance is not about avoiding the storms of life but learning to stand firm in their midst. It is the art of deflecting harm while remaining open to growth. In cultivating this equilibrium, you gain the clarity to choose your battles wisely, the strength to weather adversity, and the wisdom to see challenges as opportunities. As you continue to wield the shield of balance, reflect on its role in your journey. How has it empowered you to deflect negativity without internalizing it? In what ways has it helped you maintain your peace while engaging with the world around you? These reflections will deepen your understanding of balance as both a state of being and a practice. What negativity do you need to release to strengthen your shield of balance? How can you carry this tool into your daily life, protecting your peace while embracing the challenges that shape your growth? With your shield firmly in hand, you are ready to face life with the strength and resilience of a true warrior, ever grounded, ever balanced. Chapter 4. Facing the Shadow, Confronting Fear. Picture a lone warrior, torch in hand, stepping into a vast, dark cave. The shadows dance on the walls, twisting into shapes that feel almost alive. Every step forward reveals new shadows, uncertain, intimidating, yet strangely familiar. This is the journey of confronting fear, entering the unknown, armed with only the light of courage and the resolve to discover what lies within. Fear is an inherent part of the human experience, much like the shadows cast by light. It often lurks in the corners of our minds, shaping our thoughts and decisions without our conscious awareness. Left unchallenged, it can become a silent master, dictating the boundaries of our lives and keeping us from the fullness of our potential. Yet, fear also serves a purpose. Like the shadows in the cave, it is not inherently harmful. It merely reflects something unexamined. The shadows grow larger and more menacing when ignored but shrink under the steady gaze of understanding. To awaken the inner warrior, we must confront these shadows head-on, learning to see fear not as an enemy but as a guide. What lies in the cave of your own mind, waiting to be discovered? What fears have held you back, and what might happen if you illuminated them with the torch of awareness? This chapter is your invitation to step into the cave, to explore the shadows, and to emerge stronger, freer, and more complete. To understand fear is to understand its roots. Fear is often born from the unknown, a reaction to perceived danger, whether physical, emotional, or psychological. The cave of shadows represents the subconscious mind, filled with forgotten memories, suppressed emotions, and unanswered questions. The shadows that seem to loom larger than life are the projections of our unexamined fears, exaggerated, distorted, but ultimately insubstantial. Fear, paradoxically, is not a force to be eradicated but one to be understood. It serves as a compass, pointing us toward areas of growth and healing. In ancient warrior traditions, facing fear was considered a rite of passage. The samurai called this walking the way of the blade, a willingness to confront the sharp edge of vulnerability, knowing it would refine their spirit. Fear alerts us to danger, but it also signals opportunity. It asks us to pay attention, to question what lies beneath its surface. What if fear is not the enemy but the teacher? The shadows it casts only have power if we choose to avoid them. When we stand firm and face them, they begin to dissolve, revealing their true nature. The first step in confronting fear is acknowledgement. When the warrior steps into the cave, the shadows are no longer hidden. Similarly, when you name your fears, they lose much of their power. Avoidance allows fear to grow. Awareness allows it to shrink. Imagine a torch as a symbol of your awareness. In the same way that the torch illuminates the darkness, your mindful attention sheds light on your fears. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Is it failure, rejection, or change? Trace the shadow back to its source. Often, fears stem from past experiences or beliefs that no longer serve you. Fear thrives on the stories we tell ourselves. It whispers, "You can't," or "You'll fail," or "This is too dangerous." But these are interpretations, not facts. The warrior learns to challenge these narratives, replacing them with empowering truths. Fear may say, "You are not strong enough," but the warrior responds, "I am stronger than I know, and I will grow stronger still." Consider fear as an invitation rather than a barrier. If fear arises before a challenge, reframe it as excitement or anticipation. Fear of failure can be seen as an opportunity to learn. Fear of change can be reimagined as a gateway to transformation. A simple visualization can help you confront and transform fear. Close your eyes and picture yourself holding a torch in a dark cave. See the shadows on the walls. As you step closer, imagine the torch's light illuminating these shadows, revealing what they truly are, perhaps a harmless object, a memory, or an unexamined belief. As the shadows dissolve, feel your courage growing. Let the light of your awareness expand, filling the cave until there is no more darkness. When we embrace fear as a teacher, it transforms. Instead of shrinking from the unknown, we grow curious. Instead of avoiding challenges, we seek them out. The warrior knows that courage is not the absence of fear but the willingness to act despite it. Every time we confront a fear and move through it, we reclaim a part of our power. Fear will always exist, just as shadows will always follow light. But the inner warrior learns to dance with these shadows, to see them as an integral part of the journey. They are not obstacles but signposts, guiding us to the very edges of our comfort zone, where growth begins. What fears are casting shadows in your life? How might you hold your torch higher, letting its light reveal the truth? The answers lie in the cave, waiting for you to step forward. The choice to face fear is the choice to awaken your inner warrior. The cave of shadows no longer feels like a place of fear once it has been illuminated. What was once a space of uncertainty transforms into a sanctuary of discovery, filled with echoes of courage and resilience. Each shadow you confront, each fear you name and dissolve, becomes a stepping stone toward deeper self-awareness and personal power. The warrior learns to see the shadows not as threats but as allies. These fleeting figures remind us of the importance of light and the strength it takes to carry that light into darkness. Courage is not the absence of fear but the act of standing firm in its presence, torch in hand, ready to illuminate what lies hidden. Imagine yourself as the warrior emerging from the cave, the torch still burning bright. Each step forward is lighter, each breath freer. The fears that once loomed over you have diminished, replaced by the clarity of self-trust and the resolve to face life's battles with open eyes and steady hands. Fear is a universal experience, yet how we respond to it defines us. Will you let it paralyze you, or will you use it as a guide, pointing you toward areas that need your courage and care? Each shadow you face brings you closer to the truth of who you are, a being of light capable of navigating even the deepest darkness. So, what fears will you face with your newfound light? How can embracing the shadows lead you to greater strength and peace? The answers await your courage and your willingness to awaken the warrior within. The journey begins with a single step forward into the light. Chapter 5. The Enemy Within, Overcoming Self-Doubt. The battlefield of the mind is often quiet, yet it echoes with the relentless whispers of self-doubt. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, but instead of seeing your true self, the reflection distorts, shifting and exaggerating imperfections while muting strengths. This is the insidious nature of self-doubt. It projects illusions that obscure your capabilities, leaving you questioning your worth and potential. The enemy is not outside. It resides within. Self-doubt is like a fog that descends unexpectedly, blurring the path ahead. Its whispers are subtle but persistent, seeding thoughts of inadequacy, "You're not good enough," or "What if you fail?" But within every warrior exists a sword capable of cutting through this fog, the blade forged from clarity, truth, and self-compassion. This chapter will guide you to confront the inner critic that fuels your doubt, teaching you to challenge the distortions it creates. Through reflection, practice, and intentional shifts in perspective, you will learn to unmask the illusions of self-doubt and reclaim your inner strength. Much like a warrior preparing for battle, facing the enemy within requires courage, patience, and strategy. The process is not about silencing every whisper of doubt but learning to discern which voices serve your growth and which are merely echoes of fear. In doing so, you will begin to see your reflection as it truly is, not distorted, but whole, strong, and ready to step forward. What if you could transform self-doubt into a reminder of your strength? What if, instead of succumbing to its whispers, you used them as a signal to dig deeper and rise higher? The tools you need are already within you, waiting to be awakened. Let us begin this journey into the heart of the inner battlefield, where doubt is dismantled and confidence rebuilt. The warrior within is ready. The battle is yours to win. Self-doubt is a master illusionist, adept at weaving threads of fear into a narrative so convincing that it begins to feel like truth. It capitalizes on past failures, magnifies perceived flaws, and feeds on comparison. Its power lies not in reality but in its ability to distort perception, making mountains out of molehills and casting shadows where light shines brightest. To overcome self-doubt, we must first understand its origins, confront its methods, and reclaim the narrative. Self-doubt often emerges in childhood, taking root in moments when external validation was withheld or criticism overshadowed praise. A teacher's dismissive comment, a parent's unreachable standard, or a peer's unkind remark can seed a pattern of self-questioning that grows with time. These moments create mental echoes, forming a script that plays on repeat: "You're not smart enough," or "You'll never succeed." But these echoes are not immutable truths. They are constructs, often shaped by others' perceptions and experiences rather than your inherent worth. Recognizing this origin is the first step toward dismantling self-doubt. By acknowledging that these beliefs were planted, you can begin the work of uprooting them. The inner critic, the voice of self-doubt, is cunning and adaptive. It thrives on negative self-talk, often couching its critiques in language that feels familiar and convincing. "You failed before," it reminds. "Why would this time be different?" Left unchecked, this voice can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, creating barriers to action and growth. To counter the inner critic, it is essential to cultivate an inner ally, a voice that speaks with encouragement, kindness, and perspective. This does not mean silencing the critic completely, but rather learning to discern when its warnings are helpful and when they are baseless. For instance, fear of failure can be reframed as a reminder to prepare thoroughly, rather than a reason to avoid action altogether. Overcoming self-doubt requires a deliberate effort to challenge its distortions. Start by questioning the validity of the critical thoughts that arise. Are they based on evidence, or are they assumptions? If you fear failure, ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen, and how would I handle it? This exercise often reveals that the perceived stakes are far lower than imagined. Visualization can also be a powerful tool. Picture the inner critic as a shadowy figure holding a distorted mirror. With every affirmation of your strength, the mirror begins to crack, eventually shattering to reveal a clear reflection of your true self. This practice reinforces the idea that the critic's power lies in illusion, not reality. To fill the space left by self-doubt, you must intentionally cultivate affirmations that align with your values and goals. These affirmations should be specific, positive, and rooted in action. For example, instead of saying, "I am confident," you might affirm, "I am capable of learning and growing with every challenge I face." Writing these affirmations down and repeating them daily creates a mental counterweight to self-doubt. Over time, these positive statements can rewire thought patterns, shifting your internal dialogue from criticism to empowerment. Confidence is not the absence of doubt but the willingness to act despite it. Developing this practice involves small, consistent steps that build trust in yourself. Set achievable goals and celebrate their completion, no matter how minor they seem. Each success reinforces your belief in your abilities, creating a positive feedback loop that diminishes the influence of self-doubt. Surrounding yourself with supportive voices, friends, mentors, or even inspiring books, also strengthens your resilience against self-doubt. These external sources of encouragement can serve as a mirror, reflecting your strengths back to you when you struggle to see them on your own. Finally, it's important to recognize that self-doubt, though often debilitating, can also be a teacher. Its presence signals areas where growth is possible. If you doubt your ability to lead, for instance, it may be an invitation to develop communication skills or deepen your understanding of leadership principles. In this way, self-doubt can be transformed from an adversary into a guide. Much like a warrior sharpening their blade before battle, confronting self-doubt hones your inner strength. Each challenge met, each critical voice silenced, adds to your arsenal of resilience. By facing self-doubt head-on, you reclaim the energy it once drained and redirect it toward your growth and fulfillment. The distorted mirror of self-doubt no longer holds power when you see it for what it is, an illusion. By challenging its lies, affirming your truth, and taking deliberate steps forward, you not only overcome self-doubt but also fortify the foundation of your inner strength. With each step, the warrior within grows stronger, ready to face any challenge. The distorted mirror of self-doubt holds no power once you recognize its trickery. Like a fog that obscures a clear horizon, self-doubt dissipates with the light of awareness and the steady warmth of action. Every time you challenge its voice, every time you step forward despite its whispers, you reveal a truer version of yourself. The warrior within emerges, not as someone who never feels doubt, but as someone who refuses to be ruled by it. The inner critic, for all its cunning, is not invincible. It thrives on silence and inaction, feeding off hesitation. But when you confront it, by questioning its lies, affirming your worth, and leaning into courage, you rob it of its influence. This act of defiance is a profound declaration: I am more than my fears. I am more than my failures. I am capable, resilient, and deserving. The journey of overcoming self-doubt is not linear. There will be moments when the critic's voice resurfaces, louder and more insistent. In these moments, remember the tools you have cultivated, the affirmations that anchor you, the small victories that remind you of your strength, and the awareness that allows you to see doubt for what it truly is, a shadow, not the substance of who you are. Every warrior knows that battles are not won by avoiding the fight but by standing firm and drawing strength from within. The fight against self-doubt is no different. It is in the act of showing up, again and again, that you prove your inner warrior's mettle. Now, pause and reflect. What has self-doubt cost you, and what might you reclaim by silencing its voice? How can you take one step today, however small, to challenge its narrative and rewrite your own? The mirror is yours to hold. The reflection you see is yours to shape. The warrior within is ready to guide you forward. Chapter 6. The Power of Presence, Staying Grounded in the Now. Imagine a warrior meditating on a quiet mountaintop. Below lies the chaos of battle, but here, in the stillness of the present moment, clarity emerges. The path forward is illuminated not by dwelling on past losses or anticipating future skirmishes, but by grounding in the here and now. This is the power of presence, the ability to remain anchored amidst life's storms, guided by the unwavering compass of the present. Presence is more than just being in the moment. It is the art of fully inhabiting the now. It is the warrior's greatest ally, offering both clarity and strength when the mind threatens to spiral into regrets or worries. The past, while instructive, cannot be changed. The future, while important, cannot be controlled. Only the present is real, and within it lies the power to act, to decide, and to transform. The battlefield of the mind often pulls us away from this truth. It tempts us with endless what-ifs and if-onlys, luring us into a maze of distractions. But the inner warrior knows that victory is found in the now, where every breath steadies the spirit, and every step carries purpose. Let us journey into this chapter, exploring how to cultivate the presence that anchors the warrior and transforms the chaos of the mind into calm resolve. The present moment is the warrior's strongest weapon against the chaos of the mind. It is the fulcrum upon which clarity, strength, and decisive action balance. Yet, remaining grounded in the present requires deliberate practice, for the mind, like an untamed horse, often bolts into the realms of past regrets or future anxieties. To master this art is to wield the power of presence, a skill that transforms uncertainty into purpose. At its essence, presence is an invitation to fully experience life as it unfolds, moment by moment. The mind's tendency is to ruminate, replaying the echoes of the past or conjuring fears about the future. These mental distractions act as thieves, stealing the vitality and clarity of the now. The warrior learns to counter this tendency by focusing on the immediacy of their surroundings, their breath, and their intent. In doing so, they create a sanctuary of stillness amid external noise. Consider the story of a famed samurai who, when asked about his ability to remain calm under pressure, replied that his power came from living completely in each moment. Whether drinking tea, practicing swordplay, or standing in battle, he was wholly present. In the heat of combat, his unwavering focus allowed him to anticipate movements and respond with precision. He understood that fear is born of the unknown, and the unknown exists only outside the present moment. The warrior's presence is cultivated through mindfulness, the practice of consciously engaging with the present. A simple yet profound tool for this is the breath. When the mind wanders, the breath serves as a tether, pulling attention back to the now. Inhaling deeply, the warrior inhales clarity. Exhaling slowly, they release tension. Over time, this act becomes a ritual, a reminder that the present is the only moment where strength can be harnessed. Nature, too, provides guidance in the art of presence. Observe the tree rooted firmly in the ground, swaying with the wind yet unmoving in its foundation. It does not lament the storm that passed or fear the one approaching. Instead, It absorbs nourishment from the earth and sunlight, thriving in the moment it occupies. Similarly, the warrior must root themselves in the present, drawing strength and insight from the immediacy of their experience. Challenges arise when the mind clings to the past or anticipates the future. The past, though a source of lessons, can become a prison of regret or nostalgia. The future, though a canvas of possibility, can morph into a projection of anxiety. Neither holds power over the present unless invited to do so. The warrior develops the discipline to acknowledge these mental intrusions without indulging them, redirecting their focus back to the task at hand. Practical techniques reinforce this discipline. Grounding exercises, such as consciously noticing 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, 3 things you touch, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste, bring awareness back to the body and environment. This sensory checklist anchors the mind in the tangible and real, dispelling the illusions of worry and regret. Another powerful method is intentional movement, walking, stretching, or practicing martial arts with deliberate awareness of each motion, heightening the connection between body and mind. The warrior's presence also extends into their interactions with others. Listening deeply, without the distraction of forming responses or judgments, transforms communication into an act of connection and respect. When present, the warrior creates space for understanding and empathy, strengthening relationships and dissolving conflict. Ultimately, presence is not about perfection but practice. The warrior knows that the mind will stray. The art lies in gently returning to the now, again and again. Each return is a triumph, a reaffirmation of the power within the present. As the warrior hones this skill, life's chaos transforms into a symphony of possibilities, each note played in perfect harmony with the moment. In the battlefield of the mind, presence becomes both shield and sword, defending against distractions and cutting through confusion. It is the compass that ensures the warrior never loses their way, always pointing them back to the clarity and strength found in the now. The warrior meditates once more on the mountaintop, surrounded by the boundless expanse of the present moment. The clarity they sought has emerged, not as an absence of challenge, but as a deep trust in their ability to face it. The present moment, steady and unyielding, serves as their compass, pointing always toward truth and purpose. To cultivate presence is to wield a power that transcends circumstances. It is the gift of living fully, unburdened by what cannot be changed and undistracted by what has not yet come. It is here, in the now, that the warrior acts with focus, listens with empathy, and experiences life in its vivid authenticity. Every breath offers the opportunity to return to this state, each moment an invitation to reconnect. For the warrior, presence is not just a practice but a way of being, a choice to inhabit their life with courage and awareness. It is a mastery that evolves with time, strengthening with each deliberate step back into the now. Reflect, then. What moments in your life have felt the most real, the most alive? How might you embrace the present more fully, allowing its clarity and strength to guide your path forward? If this audiobook is sparking new insights for you, show some love by hitting like and subscribing. Let me know in the comments what resonates with you the most so far. I'd love to hear your thoughts as we go deeper. Chapter 7. The Phoenix Rising, Embracing Transformation. Picture a phoenix, radiant with flames of renewal, rising majestically from a bed of ash. Its fiery ascent represents the essence of transformation, a profound reminder that every end is a beginning in disguise. The phoenix does not resist its immolation. Instead, it trusts the fire as the necessary force for rebirth. It is an eternal cycle, demonstrating that growth often requires surrendering to change. Transformation, like the phoenix's journey, is rarely without challenge. It demands the release of what is familiar, the comfort of old patterns and identities. Yet within the ashes of what is shed lies the fertile ground for what is to come. The warrior recognizes the transformative power of trials and embraces them not as defeats but as the flames that forge resilience, wisdom, and renewal. The phoenix's rebirth invites you to reflect on your own moments of renewal. When have you felt stripped bare, only to rise stronger and clearer? What old identities or limitations might you need to release to embrace your next transformation? This chapter explores the alchemy of embracing challenges as the gateway to personal growth, turning the ashes of the past into the fertile soil of the future. Transformation is often romanticized, but the process itself can feel anything but glamorous. Like the phoenix, whose fiery demise precedes its glorious rebirth, true growth requires enduring discomfort, loss, and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. The flames of change burn away illusions, outdated beliefs, and fears, clearing the way for renewal. Yet, it is in this burning, this surrender to the fire, that the warrior's greatest strength emerges. The process of transformation begins with acknowledgement. Acknowledge where you are, what you feel, and the patterns that no longer serve you. The phoenix does not deny its impending combustion. It embraces the flames as a necessary passage. Similarly, your willingness to face the truth of your circumstances is the first spark of your transformation. Denial only prolongs the cycle, trapping you in the ashes of resistance. Consider the role of struggle in this journey. Challenges are not obstacles to your path, they are the path itself. Each setback, every moment of doubt, and all the failures you faced are the fires refining you. The inner warrior understands this truth and reframes struggle as opportunity. A blade is sharpened through friction, and so too is the mind and spirit. What sharpens you may sting in the moment, but it forges the resilience and wisdom necessary for your ascent. Transformation also requires release. The phoenix cannot rise while clinging to the old feathers of its past life. What do you need to let go of to fully embrace the next version of yourself? Perhaps it's an outdated identity, a lingering resentment, or the belief that you are defined by your past mistakes. Letting go is not weakness, it is an act of courage. It requires faith that the fire of transformation will not destroy you but liberate you. Trust in the unknown is another hallmark of the phoenix's journey. In the liminal space between death and rebirth, there is no roadmap, only a void where potential lies waiting. It is tempting to cling to certainty, but growth demands that you step into the unknown with faith. The warrior who trusts the process understands that every ending contains the seed of a new beginning. In letting go of control, you create space for the unexpected and the miraculous. As you navigate the flames of your transformation, remember the importance of self-compassion. The phoenix does not judge itself for falling into ashes. It accepts the cycle as a necessary part of its existence. Similarly, be kind to yourself as you let go of what no longer serves you. Growth is not linear, and there will be moments of doubt and resistance. The warrior's strength lies not in perfection but in persistence. Finally, emerging from transformation is an act of intentionality. The phoenix does not rise haphazardly, it ascends with purpose, fully embodying its renewal. Once you have faced the flames, ask yourself, what will you carry forward? What lessons have you gained, and how will they shape the life you are stepping into? Transformation is not just about surviving the fire, it's about thriving in its aftermath. Embrace this truth. The ashes of your challenges are not the end but the beginning. From them, you can rebuild, recalibrate, and rise stronger than before. Your transformation is not a one-time event but a continual process of becoming. Each challenge you face, each limitation you overcome, is another step toward the most authentic and empowered version of yourself. Like the phoenix, you are destined to rise. As the phoenix ascends from the ashes, its flight is not marked by hesitation but by unwavering certainty. The flames that once consumed it now fuel its wings, propelling it toward a horizon of endless possibility. In this image lies a profound truth. Transformation is both a release and a reclamation, a surrender to what must end and a bold claiming of what can begin. Think back to the fires you have faced. Each one, in its own way, has shaped you, burned away illusions, and clarified your essence. Even when the flames seemed overwhelming, they held within them the potential for your rebirth. Transformation demands that you trust this process, that you see every challenge as part of the alchemy forging the warrior within. The Phoenix teaches us that rising is not a single act but a practice. Each day offers opportunities to release what no longer serves, to embrace growth, and to step boldly into the new. It is in the small choices, the decision to forgive, the courage to pursue a dream, the patience to sit with discomfort, that your transformation takes root and flourishes. Like the Phoenix, you are both the fire and the flight, the architect of your renewal. Ask yourself, what ashes in your life are ready to become the foundation for your ascent? What new heights await if you trust your wings? These are the questions that guide the warrior's journey, reminding you that transformation is not a destination but a way of being. You are not defined by the flames you endure but by the strength and vision with which you rise from them. Step forward, knowing that within you lies the power of the Phoenix, the capacity to transform, to rise, and to create a life that honors your truest self. The horizon is yours to claim. Fly boldly. Chapter 8. The Warrior's Vision, Aligning with Purpose. At the edge of a vast, open landscape, a warrior gazes at the horizon, where the sky blurs into the earth. The sun rises slowly, casting golden light over the terrain, revealing paths that diverge, cross, and twist into the unknown. This moment is not one of action but of clarity. The warrior's gaze is steady, and their heart is aligned with their purpose, knowing that the chosen path will guide every step, every battle, and every victory. Purpose, much like the horizon, is a guiding force that calls us forward. It is not always clear or linear, and often, it evolves as we do. Yet, without a vision to anchor our choices, we risk wandering aimlessly, fighting battles that do not serve our growth. The inner warrior thrives not only on courage and resilience but also on alignment with a greater purpose. It is this clarity of vision that transforms action into meaning, struggle into growth, and victory into fulfillment. This chapter invites you to pause and reflect on your horizon. What vision calls to you? How does it shape the battles you choose to face? To align with purpose is to cultivate a deep connection between your inner truth and the life you seek to create. It requires discernment, courage, and the willingness to walk a path that reflects your highest values. Just as the warrior trusts the horizon as their compass, you too are called to trust the vision within you. Through the lens of ancient wisdom and practical tools, this chapter will guide you toward discovering and refining your purpose. You will learn to see your life not as a series of random events but as a tapestry woven with intention and meaning. Like the warrior gazing at the horizon, you will find the clarity needed to step boldly into alignment, walking a path illuminated by the light of your vision. What does your horizon reveal about your journey? And how will you let this vision guide the steps you take today? These questions will be your compass as we explore the power of aligning with purpose and embracing the warrior's vision. A vision is not merely a goal. It is a compass, a guiding star illuminating the path forward. For the warrior within, purpose is the foundation upon which courage and resilience are built. Without it, even the bravest soul can feel adrift, engaging in battles that lead to emptiness rather than fulfillment. To align with your vision is to harness the full power of your inner warrior, channeling it towards something meaningful and transformative. In ancient cultures, warriors often meditated before battle, connecting with the reason they fought. Their purpose was rarely self-serving. It was for the protection of their community, the preservation of their values, or the pursuit of a cause greater than themselves. This clarity gave them strength, focus, and resolve. When we lose touch with our own purpose, we may feel scattered or overwhelmed, like a warrior without a cause. The key is not to create purpose from thin air but to uncover it, for it already resides within us, waiting to be revealed. Purpose begins with self-awareness. Reflect on your values, the core principles that resonate deeply within you. Are they kindness, integrity, growth, or creativity? These values act as the roots of your purpose, anchoring you even when external circumstances shift. For example, if growth is one of your values, your purpose may involve continuous learning and sharing knowledge to uplift others. When challenges arise, you can align your actions with this deeper truth, ensuring that your path remains meaningful. Purpose also requires vision. Imagine your life as a blank canvas. What colors, shapes, and patterns would you paint to reflect your true self? Your vision is a blend of dreams, aspirations, and the legacy you wish to leave behind. Perhaps it is a life filled with meaningful connections, creative expression, or service to others. When you hold this vision firmly in your mind, it becomes a source of inspiration, propelling you forward even when the road feels steep. The ancient concept of dharma, one's sacred duty or life's purpose, offers profound insights. According to this principle, each individual has a unique path that contributes to the greater harmony of the world. Aligning with your dharma is not about perfection but about authenticity. It is about embracing your unique gifts and using them to create a positive impact. The warrior who aligns with dharma understands that every step on their path is significant, even the missteps, for they all contribute to the unfolding of purpose. Clarity of purpose transforms indecision into resolve. It sharpens your focus, helping you discern between battles worth fighting and distractions that drain your energy. For example, imagine a warrior standing before two paths. One leads to a short-term victory with little significance, while the other is arduous but aligned with their ultimate vision. The warrior who understands their purpose will choose the latter, knowing that the greater reward lies in the journey itself. Practical tools can help refine your purpose. Start with visualization. Close your eyes and picture yourself 5 or 10 years into the future. What does your life look like? What emotions do you feel? Who is beside you? This exercise helps uncover the desires and values that truly matter to you. Pair this with journaling, allowing your thoughts to flow freely as you answer questions like, what impact do I want to have on the world? Or, what would I pursue if fear and doubt were not barriers? Another powerful tool is the creation of a personal mission statement. This concise declaration encapsulates your purpose, serving as a touchstone in moments of uncertainty. For example, my purpose is to inspire others through creativity and compassion, fostering growth and connection. Writing and revisiting this statement regularly keeps you aligned with your vision, much like a warrior returning to their mantra before battle. Purpose evolves as we do. The horizon may shift, revealing new paths and opportunities. The warrior's role is not to rigidly cling to a single vision but to remain open and adaptable, trusting that their core values will guide them through change. Aligning with purpose is a dynamic process, a dance between clarity and flexibility, intention and surrender. The inner warrior thrives when fueled by purpose. It transforms challenges into stepping stones and setbacks into lessons. It turns the mundane into the meaningful, weaving even the smallest actions into the grand tapestry of a life well lived. By aligning with your vision, you become not just a warrior but a creator, shaping your destiny with every choice. As you stand on the threshold of your horizon, take a moment to reflect. What values define your core? What vision inspires your actions? And how can you align your daily life with the path of your purpose? Let these questions guide you as you embrace the transformative power of the warrior's vision. A warrior gazing at the horizon is not just looking forward. they are looking inward, into the depths of their own truth. The vision they see is not a distant dream but a reflection of their highest potential. Like a compass pointing north, this vision becomes the steady guide through storms of doubt and valleys of challenge. Purpose, like the horizon, may feel unreachable at times, but it is always there, waiting for you to take the next step. Each choice, no matter how small, becomes a stroke on the canvas of your life, creating a masterpiece uniquely yours. The warrior within you is an artist of intention, using courage, clarity, and resilience as tools to shape a life of meaning and impact. Reflect on the metaphor of the horizon. It shifts and evolves as you move toward it, yet it always pulls you forward. What vision currently inspires your journey? How might you sharpen its clarity, so each step feels aligned and intentional? Remember, the purpose of the journey is not merely to reach the destination but to live fully and authentically along the way. The warrior's path is illuminated by purpose. It transforms confusion into clarity, hesitation into resolve, and chaos into harmony. As you align with your vision, you are not only fulfilling your own destiny but also contributing to the greater story of humanity, leaving behind a legacy of courage and wisdom. Ask yourself, what battles will you choose to fight to honor your vision? What steps can you take today to align more deeply with your purpose? The horizon is yours to claim, and with each forward step, your warrior spirit shines brighter, carving a path of inspiration for all who follow. Chapter 9. The Eternal Warrior, a Life of Courage and Wisdom. Imagine a flame that burns unwaveringly, no matter how fierce the winds or how heavy the rain. It is not the largest fire, but it is constant, reliable in its quiet brilliance. This flame symbolizes the eternal warrior within each of us, a source of courage and wisdom that endures through every challenge and change life presents. The warrior's journey is not defined by grand victories but by the steady commitment to grow, to face life's trials with resilience, and to learn from every experience. It is the ability to rise after every fall, wiser and stronger, carrying the light of the lessons earned. This flame is not extinguished by hardship but fueled by it, each struggle adding to its glow. The eternal warrior understands that the battle is not with the external world alone but within the self, where fears, doubts, and complacency dwell. To embody the eternal warrior is to embrace life as a continuous process of refinement, where courage is paired with humility, and wisdom is gained through action and reflection. The question is not whether you have this inner flame, but how brightly it burns and how steadfastly you guard it. The journey of the eternal warrior begins with understanding that life is not a linear path but a cycle of trials and triumphs. Each cycle is an opportunity to refine the self, to let go of what no longer serves, and to embody the qualities that align with your highest purpose. The eternal warrior is not afraid of challenges. They are drawn to them, knowing that within each trial lies the seed of transformation. Courage is the foundation of the eternal warrior's strength. It is not the absence of fear but the ability to act despite it. Ancient teachings often describe courage as the heart of the warrior, where the will to persevere originates. This courage is not reckless. It is thoughtful and deliberate, born from a deep understanding of one's values and purpose. The eternal warrior faces life's uncertainties with trust, not in external outcomes but in their own ability to adapt and grow. Wisdom, the counterpart to courage, is what allows the eternal warrior to discern which battles to fight and which to let pass. It is cultivated through experience, reflection, and the willingness to learn from both success and failure. Wisdom is the compass that guides the warrior through life's complexities, ensuring that actions are aligned with truth and integrity. The eternal warrior also recognizes the importance of self-care and balance. Just as a flame needs both oxygen and a steady wick to sustain itself, the warrior must nurture their physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. This self-care is not indulgence but preparation, ensuring that the warrior remains strong and steady, ready for the battles ahead. Community is another pillar of the eternal warrior's strength. No warrior stands alone. Their wisdom and courage are magnified when shared with others. By inspiring and supporting those around them, the eternal warrior becomes a beacon of hope and a catalyst for collective growth. Living as an eternal warrior means embracing life's impermanence. Every moment is an opportunity to grow, to love, and to contribute. The eternal warrior does not cling to outcomes but finds fulfillment in the journey itself, in the continual act of showing up fully and authentically. The golden flame of the eternal warrior burns within you, steady and unwavering. It reminds you that every challenge is a call to grow, every failure a lesson to learn, and every success an opportunity to share your light with others. This flame is your guide, your source of strength, and your connection to the timeless wisdom that resides in every heart. Reflect on the battles you have faced and the wisdom you have gained. How has your inner flame grown through the storms of life? What will you do to nurture it as you move forward? Remember that the journey of the eternal warrior is not about perfection but persistence, choosing, again and again, to rise, to learn, and to lead with courage and wisdom. What legacy will your inner warrior leave behind? How will you embody the qualities of courage and wisdom in your daily life? The path of the eternal warrior is yours to walk, and with each step, your flame lights the way for others to follow. As we near the conclusion, if you've been enjoying the audiobook, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Drop a comment below and share your biggest takeaway. Conclusion. Answering the call. The sound of a horn echoes across a vast landscape, its resonance carrying through mountains and valleys. This is the call to action, the summons that awakens the warrior within. It is not a call to arms against external foes but a call to align with your inner strength, courage, and wisdom to face the challenges and opportunities of life. Throughout this journey, you have explored the tools and traits of the inner warrior: awareness, resilience, truth, balance, and purpose. You have learned that the warrior's path is not about achieving an endpoint but embracing a process of continual growth and transformation. Each battle, whether internal or external, shapes and refines you, contributing to the brilliance of the flame that burns within. Life's battles are inevitable, but how you choose to face them defines your journey. The warrior understands that fear and doubt are companions on the path but does not allow them to dictate the way forward. Instead, the warrior draws upon the tools gained, the sword of truth, the shield of balance, and the armor of resilience, to navigate life's uncertainties with strength and clarity. As you step forward from this moment, remember that the call to awaken your inner warrior is ongoing. Each day presents opportunities to embody courage, to refine your wisdom, and to contribute meaningfully to the world around you. The horn of the call does not fade. It becomes a steady rhythm, a heartbeat reminding you of your potential and purpose. The tools are now yours to wield. The lessons are yours to apply. As you move into the unfolding chapters of your life, reflect on the battles yet to come and the victories already achieved. How will you answer the call today, tomorrow, and in the years ahead? The horizon before you is vast, filled with unknowns and possibilities. Step forward with confidence, knowing that the warrior within you is ready, always ready, to rise, to persevere, and to lead. The path is yours to walk, and with each step, you carry the light of the awakened warrior, illuminating not only your own journey but also inspiring others to awaken theirs.